Hello, my name is Mike Waldherr, and I'm Parts and Service Manager with Thern Incorporated. On behalf of Thern, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for your purchase of Thern TA air winches. We're confident you will be satisfied with the quality and durability of the products you've purchased. The following presentation is an overview of proper installation, operation, and maintenance of Thern TA air winches. We're confident you will find this information useful. Please also know that all the materials we will cover in this presentation can also be found in the owner's manuals you received with the products. Should you ever need additional copies of owner's manuals, please contact us and we'll be happy to provide them. There are three main components to the FRL: the filter, the regulator, and the lubricator. They should be assembled in the order as shown here. Ensure an accessible shutoff valve has been installed in the air supply line and make sure others are aware of its location. Air supply lines should be purged with clean, moisture-free air or nitrogen before connecting to the winch inlet. Supply lines should be as short and straight as installation conditions will permit. Long transmission lines and excessive use of fittings, elbows, tees, etc. can cause a reduction in pressure due to restrictions and surface friction in the lines. The lubricator must have an inlet and outlet at least as large as the inlet on the motor. Install the airline lubricator as close to the air inlet on the motor as possible. Air pressure and airflow recommendations are shown here. As you can see, both the TA5 and the TA10 series air winches require 90 psi of air pressure, continuous. However, the TA5 requires 550 SCFM of volume. The TA10 requires 900 SCFM of volume in order to maintain proper operation. Adjust the regulator from a static condition. Loosen the jam nut on the stem of the adjusting knob. Rotate adjusting knob until reaching 90 psi on the gauge. Rotating the knob clockwise increases air pressure. Rotating the knob counterclockwise decreases air pressure. Be sure to tighten the jam nut when complete. The airline lubricator should be replenished daily and set to provide 6 to 9 drops per minute of SAE 10W oil. A fine mist will be exhausted from the throttle control valve when the airline lubricator is functioning properly. In order to decrease oil flow, rotate the adjusting screw clockwise. To increase oil flow, rotate the adjusting screw counterclockwise. A good rule of thumb is seeing one drip every 8 seconds or so. Install mufflers in both exhaust ports to reduce noise. Mufflers selected should reduce noise to the level required for the environment. However, even with mufflers installed, it is recommended to wear hearing protection while operating the winch. The drum band brakes should be periodically inspected for oil, grease, and glazing. These occurrences are not uncommon but need to be fixed before operation continues. If the brake lining is oil soaked, replace the brake bands as a set. A fine grit emery cloth should be used to sand any glazed area to remove them. Measure the brake band thickness to maintain brake effectiveness. A set of brake bands must be replaced if they measure less than 0.125 inch thickness anywhere on the band. Rotate the drum so the cable anchor slot is positioned at the top of the drum. To access the cable anchor on a TA5, you need to remove the cable anchor guard. This exposes the cable anchor. Pass the end of the wire rope through the cable anchor slot and insert into cable anchor. Leave approximately 2 to 3 inches of wire rope showing through the cable anchor. Tighten the set screw prior to spooling wire rope on the drum. Release the manual band brake before spooling wire rope on the drum. Slowly move the handle on the manual control valve to haul in to begin spooling wire rope. Keep tension on the wire rope during installation. If necessary, stop the winch and set the band brake to ensure the wire rope wraps tightly against the previous wraps. The cable anchor on the TA10 models is a cam style anchor and allows for simple wire rope installation. Insert the end of the wire rope through the cable anchor passage, leaving 2 to 3 inches of wire showing. Using the cable anchor wrench, tighten the cable anchor. When tightening the anchor, the cable will pull back into the passage due to the cam design of the anchor. Return the cable anchor wrench to its cradle when complete. To adjust the band brake, rotate the adjusting nut to achieve proper brake set. Rotating the adjusting nut clockwise tightens the brake, while rotating the adjusting nut counterclockwise loosens the brake. The brake is properly adjusted when it can be pushed into the lock position with 50 to 100 pounds of force. The control valve has a speed control screw to prevent overspeeding during winch payout. To adjust the speed control screw, loosen the jam nut and rotate the speed control screw until full load payout is equal to or less than no load haul-in speed. Tighten the jam nut when adjustment is complete. Shown here is the chart containing lubrication recommendations. The next 2 segments show the locations of the air motor oil level and oil drain plugs for both TA5 and TA10. To check the oil level in the TA5 reducer, rotate the drum to align one of the reducer access plugs to the 12 o'clock position. Please note this is just an access plug to get to the reducer. Once accessed, the plug in the reducer will need to be removed to service the oil. With the plugs removed, rotate the drum so the oil level opening is now at the 3 o'clock position. You should see oil in the opening of the reducer inside. If no oil is present, follow the instructions in the next segment, change reducer oil. After the fluid level inspection is complete, replace the reducer plug and the access plug in the drum. To change the reducer oil, rotate the drum so 2 of the 3 access plugs are at the 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock positions. Remove both access plugs and reducer plugs. Once removed, rotate the drum so these openings are now at 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock positions to allow the oil to drain. Once the oil has been drained, rotate the drum back to the 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock positions. These now become the fill and level plugs. Fill the reducer through the top hole until oil runs out the level plug. Once this is complete, replace the reducer plugs and access plugs. Use a liberal amount of Never-Seez on the drum access plugs themselves. Replace the access plugs and tighten until flush with the surface of the drum. To check the oil level or to change the oil on a reducer from a TA10, there are no access plugs in the drum. These can all be completed externally on the motor end of the winch. This concludes our presentation. We hope you found this information useful. If you ever have questions regarding topics we covered in the presentation, or any questions about Thern products in general, please do not hesitate to contact us. We have staff available from 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Our toll-free phone number is 1-800-843-7648. Our sales staff can be reached via email at sales@thern.com. If you ever need technical assistance, please feel free to call the toll-free number and ask for me, or my direct email, which is mwaldherr@thern.com.